basically all I've learned from this entire experience is that casual is not for me. I just got done seeing my man who's not my man, but like he's literally not my man. And I basically told him that like I don't want to be in contact anymore. And yeah, like I mean I told him that like I wanted to be with him, that I wanted more for the two of us, and he told me that he's already told me that we don't align on wanting to have kids.
I really, really, really appreciate this woman's honesty and her bravery in sharing her story. If you guys haven't seen the recent Call Me Daddy podcast controversy, basically people are taking clips of this podcast and really showing how toxic the podcast host's advice is. A recent one was her admitting that she keeps a list of all the men that she has been with, and this woman is married right now. The way that she phrases it is just vulgar. She talks about she remembers each one that has been, I can't even say it. And then she basically is saying, and look at me, I'm still able to be married. I think that's her way of coping. And it is a terrible message, especially to young women. This is like the #1 podcast that's listened to by women, which is honestly scary. More and more women, unfortunately, they're going to be learning the hard way. And in the end all, as it already is, it's going to make relationships in today's day and age more and more difficult.
When people say that they hate astrology, I just think that they hate women.
I'm sorry, but was that supposed to make any reasonable amount of sense? Disliking astrology is the equivalent to sexism now? Okay. Now, and I don't hate astrology. I just happen to find it illogical and irrational and not worth any reasonable person's time.
Men do something collectively, it's known as a trend or a fad, but when men do something collectively, it becomes culture.
Oh dear, really? They're actually diving into this one, aren't they?
Men who go on dates with men and ask about their star sign are no different to men who go on dates and ask women if they fear God. There's really no difference.
Really?
Men's activities are just dehumanized and ridiculed and mocked under this current society.
When someone runs out of legitimate things to complain about, this is what happens.
And there's just such a trope of like women going on dates and being like, what's your star sign? And men being like, oh, like you're not into that for you. And it just shows their subconscious bias. Like, you just don't value things that women like. Sorry.
Now, most people don't like astrology because it is irrational. Stop trying to make things into something they are not.
You never heard of the Alpha Widow? Kings, let's talk. The Alpha Widow is a woman that's been with the man that's given her the apex experience of love, emotion, and intimacy. And he's the one that essentially got away. She never gets over him. He becomes the benchmark of her experience of dating. And every single man after him has to prove themselves to be the most alpha apex experience of her love life. She behaves in a way almost as if this guy is This man that she was seeing has a very high marketplace value, and she understands that. He has a higher marketplace value than her, and it's enough for her to set certain standards and expectations of future men. And anything less than a 9 out of 10 on the marketplace scale isn't good enough for commitment for her. And the reason why it's called the Alpha Widow is because she is unable to move on from this one man because she fails to replicate the passion, love, and emotion that you'd normally be associated with dating a man of extremely high value. Oh, Ryan, how do I defeat the Alpha Widow? How do I defeat this ghost of her past? It's either you, number one, become the most alpha apex version of love and emotion for her, or you walk away, my friend. My thing is, why would you even deal with the Alpha Widow? There are 6 signs to know that you're dealing with the Alpha Widow. Number 1, she compares you to her ex repeatedly. Number 2, she's never satisfied with you. Number 3, she still keeps pictures and items that belong to her ex. Number 4, she goes to her ex whenever issues arise. Number 5, she's always avoidant or frustrated with you. And number 6, she subtly makes herself available to others. I hope this helps, Kings.
Most women don't even know when they're emasculating a man.
All the things we do to try to get a man to love us, we don't have to. And it even gets in the way because men already love us. We don't have to work to get them to love us. If we stop diminishing them, if we stop disempowering them, if we stop making it harder for them to produce the results that they've got to produce, that's what gets in the way. The love part, they grant that. They are born adoring their mothers, looking into those eyes. We don't have to work to be loved. They love us. And if you let that in, right? If you let that in yes, are there bad men? Very bad men. Yes, and there are very bad women too. But the rest are born and stay loving women. They love us. They need us.
Men love to make schmegs into a physical need.
It is.
They need it to stay alive. And the temper tantrums
Are your
and
needs
the
tempered?
huffing and the puffing that they will have, it's either downright comical or, of course, as we know, downright scary. They will say that they're going to expire.
Is that how a man should perceive your needs? Is you're having a temper tantrum if you bring up something that you need or want out of the relationship? Or are your needs valid and his aren't? And for a lot of men, they're ignored for so long. And it builds up resentment, it builds up pain, agony. It's often just ignored. Why is it that women can have as many needs or wants as they want, but as soon as men have anything that they like or enjoy, there's a problem? I know there's so many women out there, if their man stopped pursuing them in that way, they would be absolutely heartbroken and devastated. But you'll talk about how annoying it is in the moment.
Every man that I've gone on dates with that has been a masculine energy man, he's secure, he's confident, he's financially successful, they never ask me about my work, my job, my career. They don't ask me at all. They don't care. They don't care if I'm CEO or if I'm working minimum wage. They do not care. They maybe around date 3 will maybe be like, what do you do? And it's more like just kind of curious as far as like getting to know me. And it's usually like, do you like what you do? Do you like your job? Do you like what you do every day? But they're not asking very specific questions. It's more like, what time are you done with work so I can take you out? Those are the kinds of questions those men ask me. But then the insecure men who are not in their masculine energy, they bombard me with questions about my job. They want to ask me so many questions. At one point, I was like, should I just tell you what my salary is? Jeez.
Can I still get a successful man if I'm a single mother? Ma'am, if you take care of yourself, there are always offers. Doesn't matter your circumstances, as long as you put yourself together well, there will be offers for you. If you didn't get a man in your 20s, you can get a man in your 30s. If you didn't get a man in your 30s, you get a man in your 40s. Don't listen to this bull crap you hear on the internet from guys, especially guys. Guys like to say that kind of stuff. And other women that want you to be miserable like they are, that are, because they're single, they're going to tell you oh, you're a single mom, you're not going to be able to get, that's all bull crap. Men will date you even if you have a husband. You think he gives a if you have a kid? I promise you, if you put yourself together well and maintain your beauty, there will be offers at all levels. Don't listen to those people.
ABC, The Bachelorette, and mainstream media. They thought it was a good idea to have a single mother of 3 in her 30s be the prized possession that multiple men fight for the love for. A single mother that practices against her husband. This is the programming that they're preaching to America today. This is the prized possession that all young men should be going after. A single mom in her 30s that beats on her husband. And you wonder why other countries are laughing at us. This doesn't fly anywhere else in the world. So all of them.
People think dating in your 30s as a single mom means you come with baggage. Actually, it means my boundaries are ironclad. My peace is non-negotiable, my time is fiercely protected, and I already have a family that I prayed for. So you aren't stepping in to save me, you are applying to add value to a life that's already complete.
Down, but you still can't see me. I talk a lot.
If she says the past is the past, you're cooked. If she sings along to rap songs in your car, you're cooked. If she's on anxiety medication, you're cooked. If she's a bartender, you're cooked. If she says the dating market in her city sucks, that means she's the problem and you're cooked. If she asks you about your political views, you're cooked. If she's still on Hinge, you're cooked. If she talks bad about her ex, you're cooked. If she wears scrubs to work, you're cooked. If If she smokes weed, you're cooked. If she's ever been in a fight with another girl, you're cooked. If she talks down on her dad, your is grass, gang. Let me know what I missed.
And, you know, modern women don't really, it seems like they don't really understand this. You know, Emily was talking about, there was a woman that was, there was a woman that was crying because she was expecting essentially a certain answer or a certain response from a man. And she was trying to chase that man down. This is my dream man, yada, yada, yada. But that man did not like her. That man did not like her. And he just essentially said, I don't think that we're aligned on a couple of things. And so she was in the car crying about it. And then Emily went on to say, this is what happens. And, you know, first of all, you know, it's brave of her to get on and, you know, she was crying and sharing her feelings and all that stuff. It's brave of you to get on and do that. But this is also a lesson in listening to these stupid podcasts from these idiot women. I think they were specifically referring to the Call Her Daddy podcast, where she was out here, man, I'm messing around with this guy, I'm doing this. And when some of these ladies hear it, they think, oh yeah, it's going to work. That's going to get me the man of my dreams. It is not. It is not at all. Number one. Number two, we don't know what she's doing in her relationship. All they really say is, oh, I got married, so yeah, go ahead and go out there and do it. There might be things in that woman's life that she has to do, or things that she's doing, or things that he's doing that she's got to let go. Oh man, I really don't like my man doing that, but you know, he is his own man. He's a quote unquote high value man. So y'all fool around and follow the way that she's doing life, and y'all fool around and get the man that she got, and gonna live with the way that man lives and does business. Are you built for that?
Okay, so there are a decent number of profiles like this. Okay, 31, female, based in the US, event coordinator, average looking in my opinion, and wearing heavy makeup with false lashes in all of her photos, including the casual ones. Here are some excerpts of her profile. I would like someone who is physically my type, attractive, fit, full head of hair, 5'11" or above, at least an 8 or 9 out of 10. Looks matter to me. He must be educated and have a stable job well into 6 figures. Someone who is emotionally intelligent and a high value man who understands the worth of a woman in a relationship. I won't tolerate anyone who does not know how to treat someone like a lady. I have high standards and I'm not interested in anyone who is trying to lower my standards. Now, this person is rejected because I don't think that the person that she wants will want her back. I mean, I've already seen profiles like this, and she doesn't meet their requirements. But what's very interesting to me is this discourse about trying to lower my standards. I've actually seen that sentiment a bunch of times in my comment section, and I don't actually know what that means. I think it's a very weird thing to say. Like, what do you mean other people are trying to lower your standards? Nobody cares what your standards are, and nobody cares even more to try and lower them. This is a free market, so you can have all of the standards that you want. You can ask for a billionaire if you want, but people also have to choose you. Now, as a matchmaker, I can factually tell you that based on what you're looking for, those people who do meet your requirements, whether or not they would want you back or not. So at some point, especially for someone in my position, it's simply about reality. And what I would say to this person is, hold on to your standards, hold on to them tight, and find yourself someone.
Is cleaning, cooking, mindfulness.
Oh my God.
Women are falling for feminist propaganda and don't want to fulfill their roles. Introducing the Hojo.
I don't like that name.
The Hojo is a training facility that will teach women skills to earn a husband. You guys don't like that?
Very condescending.
To all the women disagreeing, you have to say, please address me as sensei.
To all the women disagreeing, you have to address me as sensei.
What the hell? It's kind of insulting to women. I'm sorry.
And to wait really fast, things they will be learning is cleaning, cooking, mindfulness.
Oh my God.
Why are they gagged for?
No, that's mindfulness. It keeps them quiet.
That's not how it is, though.
She's a loser. Leave her where she's at.
You don't find ducks and teach them to fly. You find eagles and teach them to fly in formation. I'm going to say that again. You don't find ducks and teach them to fly. You find eagles and teach them to fly in formation. If she say she good and don't need a man and know everything she's supposed to know, her cup is too full. Why waste your time? You know, it's another saying, don't try to teach a pig to fly. It's impossible, and you only irritate the pig and yourself. She's a loser. Leave her where she's at. I've tried to take many women and elevate them. They don't want to do it. I'll put the ball in their hand. They're going to drop it. I give her the play. She don't do it. I tell her to do this. She don't want to do it. She's a duck. Go find you an eagle.
Don't expect an African man to be loyal to you.
Oh, it ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen because they are very used in their culture to have, they would love their wife down, but they will still have other women. So it just...
Don't you feel like that about most men?
Yes, but most men are going to hide that, especially American black men. They're going to hide that because they want to, it's a lot of, that's the thing, you know, because one thing I know about black men is they're not allowed to be vulnerable. A lot of black men, and that's why you see all this vulnerable men, black men who are on Instagram or any content creators who are vulnerable, they gain millions of followers because that's an anomaly. That's not normal for a black man because it's dangerous for you to be vulnerable. You say the wrong thing, you can get for that.
Men don't have to say, I hate women. It can show up in their behaviors. For example, if let's say you're out with a group of girls, you're out with your friends, the only woman that you take account for is the woman that you're attracted to, but there might be women surrounding in that space and they completely ignore or don't treat them well.
If a man is attracted to a woman and he's pursuing that woman, why would he be also...
Women are watching how you treat all women in a space. It's not just because she's attractive. You talk to that one girl, let's say she has a friend, completely ignore her, you don't talk to her, you don't do anything nice, anything kind, anything sweet.
Come down to we hate them.
No, I'm not.
I'm coming to you.
Yes, but you can acknowledge that someone exists. Yeah.
I didn't actually hear your occupation because of all the pops.
All right, biomed tech to do art on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's me.
You trying to
what?
Convince me? Why are you having so many new things?
New thing?
This chick, she's starting to get on my bad side. She wants to, for some reason, shame these young men for just trying to be nice to her. I don't know what this is, but I'm picking up on this in her spirit, this straight up combativeness for no reason.
Hi, I'm Julianne. I'm 28 and I'm currently a grad student. Yeah.
There's no way all of them don't have IGs.
So unemployed.
What do you mean? He's just having a conversation with you. What are you talking about? Were you just trying to convince me? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What kind of new things?
Like her art.
Yeah, it's just on the side though.
Oh, she's a
mainly biomed tech, the most part. Yeah, it's just me.
Okay, now is she your type?
Not generally what I go for. She's really pretty though. It's just the main attraction for the most part, but beautiful. No.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Huh?
What did she say?
Not generally what I go for. She's really pretty though. It's just the main attraction for the most part, but beautiful. No.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Huh?
Actually Mexican.
She tricked me. Ooh, I thought she said, oh, I'm white, and then, oh, I'm just kidding. She tricked me. I thought that we found a cutie pie. She's a trickster. She's a trickster. Gentlemen, stay away from... She thinks that she's apparently a 10. So she has the propensity to try to embarrass you. This is the type of woman that is disrespectful to servers just because they're servers. She is the type of woman that is disrespectful to janitors just because that they're janitors. She is the type of woman that will leave the shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot after she goes to the supermarket. I hate those people with and passion.
Want to win at dating? Then stop dating like a wife and start dating like a 304. Dating like a wife is actually hurting your chances of becoming a wife. Dating like a wife means that you're giving too much too soon, that you are giving wifey privileges, which is emotional support, access, and loyalty without the man having to earn it. Take a page out of the 304 playbook and date with emotional detachment. 304s understand that men have to invest in them to have their time. If you're tired of being used, ghosted, and overlooked, then ditch the wifey energy. until he's earned it. If you want more dating advice, leave me a comment below.
As a man who's 5'7.5", if I ever see a woman talk about her high standards in her dating app bio, she is automatically getting categorized as recreational use only. What you will find is that women will tell you things like, oh, I don't usually go for guys like this, you're not my usual type. But as long as you're handsome, presented well, and you can give her the right experience, these are the types of women that are the easiest to get obsessed with you. But you gotta refrain from pursuing anything serious with these women because they already showed you their lack of depth. That's why you categorize them as recreational use only and just move on.
Never try to give a woman advice about anything if you're dating her, and here's why. She don't care.
We say, don't worry, baby. You can do this, this, and this, and that will completely resolve your problem. And what is the result of this? She seems more upset.
Never try to give her any advice about anything in her life. Never try to even improve the quality of her life. Never do this.
She's not coming to you for a solution. She's coming to you because she wants to be heard. She wants to vent. She wants to complain.
A lot of times they just want to be heard. They just want to be heard.
So next time your partner comes crying to you or has an issue, don't give her a solution. Just sit there and listen to her.
Your girlfriend does not want your advice. Trust me. Let them talk the whole time and you just sit back and say, yeah, wow. Oh, that's wild. This took me a really long time to understand that she actually doesn't want my opinion and she just wants to vent about what's making her feel a certain way.
So every time you offer her a solution, all you are doing is making her feel unheard and more frustrated because she didn't want a solution from you.
Sometimes just listen quietly.
Attractive women, they know they're attractive and they monetize it. They capitalize on it. They do very well for themselves. They don't need a man for a long-term relationship. Less attractive women often go the other route. They pursue education, careers, degrees. They spend their 20s and 30s chasing ambition, and unfortunately many miss their biological window to have family. But then they hit their 40s, and after years of saying that all men are useless and how they want to be independent, they're not exactly at the top of the dating market by that point.
And once again, like we were talking about, these dating coaches for women, they are going to get you in trouble. I think his name is Russell Hartley, I think. The woman was asking and when a woman asks this question, you know, what do you think, and listen good, do you think a successful provider, and we know what she means by successful provider, I'm looking for a high value man, do you think that he's going to give me a chance? Do you think that he's going to want to wife me? Oh yeah, if you put yourself together, yeah, you're going to get offers. Offers for what, Russell? Offers for what? If they want to smash the woman, she's not looking for that. She's looking to be married. Why y'all keep on telling these women, oh yeah, you're going to get offers? I'm not looking for an offer. I'm looking to get married. That's what I'm looking. That's why I bought your stupid $10,000 course. Because I'm looking to get married. You told me if I buy the course, I'm going to get married. Sitting up here lying to these women. Instead of just telling them, here's the realistic picture. I want you to get yourself together. I want you to, as much as you can, get this squared away. What's the relationship like with your baby daddy? Well, you know, this, and this. And if there's stuff that's up and down, try to square it away as much as you can. When you're meeting somebody, you are not going to absolve yourself of problems. You're not. But you're essentially what they're looking for is the person that I'm talking to. Are they able to? Do they have a hold? Can they manage this problem effectively? If you're a single mom and you're looking good, great, fantastic. But I still got to take care of them kids. How are we going to manage it? How are you managing the relationship with your baby daddy right now? And when you bring another man into the situation, how are you going to manage it? Don't give me this bull crap about, oh, you don't got to worry about him, or I take care of my own kids, or I don't need a man for that, or my kids don't need a stepdad or a father they already got. Don't give me that bull crap, because it's always going to fall. It's going to fall on me at the end of the day, whether he's there or whether he's not. It's going to fall. They living in my household. I'm going to have to take care of them. So give me a plan. Tell me your vision for how you are managing or you would manage the situation, bringing another man in and merging him with your kids? How are we going to work this together? Well, I can't promise you, at least in the beginning, that, you know, basically I'm going to be really protective over my kids. They're my kids, you know, and I'm going to listen to what they got to say. But I think over time, as we get to know each other and understand each other, I want you, and I want a man, and I want all of us to be able to work together in order to include you as a legitimate part of the family. I want us to merge as a family unit. And I want us to take steps to do that, right? And I'm gonna support you. And, you know, you're not doing anything crazy to kids and beating on them and stuff. Like, no, we ain't support you doing that. But, you know, in establishing a rule and a law and guidelines, I don't want you to come in and just stomping over everything, because kids, they already got their way of doing stuff, right? And then they got another parent. So we want to work to establish our own thing, so the kids know when they come over Mama and Steve's house, this is how we act. We give Mr. Steve respect, right? And he gives us respect back, and he does a lot of things. He takes us a lot of places. When we go over Dad's house, you know, there's stuff that we can do. But when we go over Mr. Steve's house, we act a certain way as well. But looking for you to manage. Stop lying to these women.
What a lot of women complain about, though, is in the midst of the criticism, is you making me responsible for your feelings as I express myself. So now you flip the whole situation. I'm expressing a concern to you. Now you get emotional and you upset. Now I have to coddle you now. I never get to truly communicate how I really feel to you.
That's real.
I also think, like, a lot of women haven't been as good at communicating as they think they are. Where this is less of a critique and more of an attack. Because of critique, I'm an artist. I have mentors. I have teachers. I'm used to getting red pens all through my work. But it's this is why I crossed this out. You could try this, see if this works. This was unnecessary. If we sit down in a relationship and those are the things you tell me, I didn't like what you said to me here. This is how it made me feel. This is how I like to be talked to. Not you always running off at the mouth and you think you could talk to me any old type of way. And I'm like, whoa. This is how I talk to everybody.
Level of tolerance as well.
This is true. This is true.
Very intolerant, and they have to work on that. A lot of women still operate in trauma. And your trauma is going to make you intolerant. Your insecurities will make you intolerant. And so until you gain that tolerance, which there's a such thing as silent tolerance in a relationship, until you gain that, everything will feel like an attack.
So let me ask you.
They'll swear up and down. They want a strong man. They want a leader. They want a logical man. But when that logic contradicts with their feelings, or until that logic exposes that they're wrong, then suddenly you're negative, you're toxic, you just don't get it. No, we get it. You just don't like to be called out. Some women can't understand logic when they don't agree.
And that's what it is, man. They don't want to be held accountable. They don't want you saying nothing to them. And when you bring up facts, they're going to try to gaslight you some type of way. Call you narcissistic and all kind of weird like that, man. Again, that's why you need to take your time in the beginning and vet these hoes. I mean, these chicks. And if they start talking funky and you know, seem like you're attacking them and you're just asking questions, you gotta skedaddle.
You know that dating motto that girls came up with? If he won't, find someone who will. Like if he won't open your door for you, find someone who will. Simple, right? My brother just asked me, does that work for guys too? I was like, of course, find a girl that is up to your standards. Yeah. So he's like, so if she doesn't cook for me, find someone who will. Yeah, technically. If she won't do my laundry for me, then find a girl that will. If she won't come to the gym with me, find a girl that will. Why does it sound so bad when men...
See, this is a generation where men were all taught how to treat women, how to serve them, how to talk to them, and most importantly, how to not upset them. Things like happy wife, happy life. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. You ever heard this one? The two most important words a man should learn when he gets married are, I'm sorry. And I want to ask everyone, who here has ever seen someone teaching their daughters how to treat a man, teaching them how they can best serve him? how they should humble themselves and apologize to him, how they should do things that make him happy. No, they were taught if he's not doing it for you, someone else will. If he ain't making you happy, someone else will. If he's not making enough money, someone else will. And on and on and on. Which has created a generation of entitled women and passive pushover men who are both miserable.
There are many women out there that need to stop acting so entitled while dating and when getting to know a man, and really at any point for that matter. If you've matched with a man online and you've had some nice conversation and he asks you out for a drink or a coffee, stop acting as if he owes you any more than this. While it would be nice if every man took you out for a glamorous dinner or lavished you with gifts, the truth is he doesn't know anything about you, nor does he owe you anything. A real man knows that his value extends well beyond the restaurant he takes a woman to. So guys, if you take a woman out for a date and your intention is to get to know her better, yet she acts entitled, as if you owe her something, I would consider moving on from this, because this is a woman that you're going to struggle to please. Many daters have this sense of entitlement when it comes to dating because they've either had bad experiences in the past, or they believe that they should be treated in a certain way because of the influence of social media that has created unrealistic expectations for dating. A real woman knows that a man's value is unlocked when she has also earned her way by his side.
If a man can't keep me alive in a post-apocalyptic situation, I don't want him. How are you even attracted to somebody who would just get pillaged as soon as the government fails to enforce the laws? You don't really love him because you can't. Because what you really love is the social contract that we all have right now that allows him to stay alive. As soon as the world fell, you wouldn't be able to love him because you guys would have been pillaged and you would have to choose a stronger man. I would also go as far to say is like, as a man, you can't fight, you can't shoot, you can't grow food, you can't fish, and you can't figure out how to get us any of those resources. What are we doing here? If none of those needs are met, then I might as well just go be with another woman, because at least I'll have emotional security and stability while I'm fighting for my life with a lack of provision and stability.
Women rate 83% of men as unattractive. In college, they're all competing for a tiny number of guys, so the vast majority of men get very little action. I've been dry for 7 months. 7! I can't even remember the last time, and I've never used it. Meanwhile, a handful of guys have way more women than they can handle. That's why they turn into jerks. There's a low supply of those alpha types that women like, and there's a whole lot of demand. These guys learn how to be with one girl, and then another, and another, and the women end up feeling used. Now, a lot of those women actually do want a real relationship. They do want a family, and that's when things start to balance out. Because those guys at the bottom, the ones who never get picked, are willing to offer that kind of commitment. Without saying it outright, they're basically like, look, I might not be as hot as the quarterback, but at least you won't have to share me. If you choose me, I'll only have eyes for you. I'll work for you and for our future family. Let's make a deal and be exclusive. That's a pretty tempting offer for her. And this beautiful woman at the top, if she's smart and really wants a family, she tells
Alex Cooper got rich poisoning the dating pool. For 6 years, she ran the biggest podcast in the country, telling young women that hookup culture is freedom, that men are disposable, that marriage is the cage, that settling down is losing. She didn't just have opinions, she built a movement. Millions of girls in their 20s grew up on her voice in their headphones. And it worked. Marriage rates are collapsing. Dating apps are a war zone. A whole generation of men and women can't find each other. Alex helped build that, and she got paid every time another young woman tuned in. And now look at the photo. She's pregnant, married, glowing on a magazine cover with her husband. She got the family, the baby, the exact life she spent 6 years telling other women they didn't need. And the woman in this tweet just admitted the whole game. She called it the feminist dream. Burn through men in your 20s, cash in a husband in your 30s. Alex sold the culture. She didn't live it. She got rich pointing other women toward a future she would never accept for herself. And the daughters watching her right now, they're the ones who'll pay for it. If you're watching the culture around you go sideways and you can feel it in your own marriage, drop me a DM. I do one-on-one confidential sessions about your specific situation.
It is still quite a prevalent idea that women in their 30s who are dating are desperate. Like, just after writing the article, I saw the proof, because the top comments on social media were, yeah, but you are hitting your biological clock, and like, yeah, but it is desperate and you are the leftovers. I don't know. I do just notice that even among like very like well-meaning people I know, if I say I'm going on loads of dates, people like just automatically assume that the men I'm meeting are these non-committal players, and I'm kind of desperately trying to tie down one of them. And I just don't think they would do that if I was a man. I think they'd be like, yeah, fair enough, mate. You gotta play the field. You gotta see what's out there. You gotta be decisive, and you know what you want, and, you know, don't settle until you find it.
If women were naturally submissive, they would have f***ing submitted by now. God knows we have taken every measure to make women just obey, and they just keep, like the Terminator, getting back up and fighting again and again and again. If anything, patriarchy has conditioned men to be more submissive, because men will fall in line. Men will fall in line. Men do exhibit discipline, much more so than women. Like, you know, I've seen countless Manosphere podcasts talking about how we just cannot train these hoes. Men will sign up into armies more willingly than women when they're not conscripted. They will sign up to be part of ICE, whereas it takes so much, it's both emotional, physical, and psychological, upon women to even try to get them to submit, and these bitches keep getting back up.
I think the reason why people don't want love is because most women want their bills paid. They don't want love.
Oh.
They got 4 or 5 people. They got 4 or 5 people because they got more than 4 or 5 bills. And I think as long as we're in this transactional era of time, it's never going to be able to get back to love. We got to focus on the core value of what actually matters inside of a relationship. And we've strayed too far. Honestly, don't get mad at me. I know there's a lot of ladies in here.
You know, the faces behind you.
It's the truth. You know, honestly, we live in a era.
Wow. She kept it. I told you she was going to keep it real.
And once again, we have men and women that are dating coaches for females, for women, giving women terrible advice. If you want to be a wife, date like a 304. No. Even if you get the ring, there are certain expectations for you. If you act a certain way, there are certain expectations for you. You are going to get a commitment from a man that's going to expect you to do certain things that you really don't want to do in the first place. And you have a lot of women out here that are like, man, I just want a man. I just want a man. I just want somebody that's going to go home with me Christmas, Thanksgiving, give me some roses and some chocolates. I just want a man that's going to take me out on my anniversary. I'm going to get nice, dressed up, and I'm going to put some smell good on. And we're going to go out. We're going to have a nice dinner. We're going to come home. We're going to get it on. We're going to cuddle and watch a movie. We're going to get up and go to work tomorrow. That's all I'm looking for. But with these modern women and these stupid dating coaches and the dumb ideas that they have, you keep on following these dating coaches. They're going to have you in financial ruin because you're paying $10,000 for their dumb course. They're going to have you in mental ruin because I'm trying to figure out what these guys are talking. What do I do? Why do I keep on getting it wrong? And then when you get in a situation with a toxic person, they're going to have you in emotional ruin because this man has your emotions all over the place. You can't figure out which way is up and which way is down. Be careful out there.
The more masculine he is, the more controlling he's going to be. This doesn't mean he's going to be insecure. It means he's going to look to protect you, meaning that the things that you do are going to be something he pays attention to because he wants to make sure that it's for your best interest. And now, do you trust him? If you don't trust him, you're going to call him for controlling and you're going to put a projection on it that he's entitled and wants to hurt you. But remember, he's the person that wants to protect you and give you everything. So don't think that that's not a valuable characteristic. Consider where that person's coming from. Are they doing it to hide from themselves or are they doing it for your best interest? If you trust him and you feel that the intention deep down is for your own well-being, then maybe listen.
Dating is hard as a single woman. It is awful. It's honestly worse than I could have ever imagined.
What?
Honestly, it was easier being single at 19 than it is as a 25-year-old.
That's
crazy.
Wait, why though?
I feel like guys used to have so much confidence and they'd approach you like, I don't know, when you're younger, it's just so much easier. I
They
feel
haven't
like
been rejected as much.
yeah. And now I'll go out and I'm like, woo, you know, I'm going to get some attention tonight. And no one speaks to me.
That's because just sitting there looking pretty isn't good enough anymore. Okay, we have very much prioritized certain feminine values, and so a lot of men have taken that on. In the sense of this, he's not just going to randomly approach you if he doesn't get cues. He's looking for those cues because that is consent for him to come and introduce himself. So here's 3 things you can do as a woman to get a guy to approach you in a bar. Number 1, make that eye contact and smile at him. Don't just look at him. Make eye contact, count to 3, smile at him. That tells him that you see him and he sees you. Number 2, actually give him a wave, right? Actually engage and encourage him to actually come and speak to you. Number 3, separate yourself from your girlfriends, all right? A guy approaching a group of girls, you guys are just a pack of wolves to him. Give him a chance by separating yourself from the group. If you do that and he's confident, he will come and introduce himself.
To the untrained eye, that may come off as some innocent joke, but we all know every joke contains some truth. I think it's time for us to look more closely into who we decided to marry. Because our initial impact, I was like, I don't really like this joke, but whatever. And then I go into the comment section. This is where things get interesting. Rose says, when my dad retired, my mom cried for a week. You gotta be kidding me, with 26.1 thousand likes. You know how much someone gotta hate you for them to cry for a whole week just because you retired? Mind you, retiring is a good thing. Boy, that's wild. But anyways, Mama Lynn says, nothing's going to be clean no matter how much you clean it for that entire week. Okay, so what? And if it's really that big of a deal, you sit down with your husband, you have a conversation, hey, when I'm cleaning something, I don't need y'all to come and dirty it. And if y'all do dirty it, clean it up yourself. Jasmine90 says, so we all don't like our husbands to be at home. Yeah, of course y'all don't. Y'all just want workhorses. Y'all want men that go to work nonstop, pay all the bills. They never get to actually enjoy none of the money that they've made at said job. Like, how horrible of an individual you gotta be to marry someone and not want to be around them in any way, shape, or form, especially for an extended period of time. And that comment got 9,000 plus likes. This is insane. Viola T says, mine recently retired and I am 15.9 thousand likes. Viola, why would you marry a man just to feel like you were in with him? The decisions y'all make. Y'all marry people y'all don't like. Y'all just marry men that are going to pay your bills and take care of you. It's not because you actually want to be with this person. You deserve to be in for that. Cody says, my husband works from home now, going on 4 years of it. Send help. 2,000 plus likes. After a while, it comes to a point where these things are not even jokes anymore. Too many women are saying the same thing. Like, there's no way. That God says, may this love never find me. And the creator that created the original video sent him this response with the stale face. Yeah, may that love never find me as well. Because what the why wouldn't you want to be around your partners, let alone someone you married? Kat says, no, because why would they do that? Because they got vacation or they want to be at home. They want to enjoy the money that they've made at this job. They've been working nonstop probably. That's why they would do that, Kat. Blue Lantern Berry says, what is it like to be married to someone you don't like? ? The creator of the original video says, I don't know, Blue Lantern Berry. My husband is a happy camper. Don't you worry, buddy. Yeah, their husbands are always happy campers when they doing some online. I'll be damned. I'm working my off, breaking my back, and my wife is at home, taken care of. And instead of reciprocating, she's online making videos about hating the fact that I'm going to be home for a week. Get the out of here, man. Kale says, OMG, I found my people. You know, this is all fun and games until one of their husbands sees this post, see them in the comments on this post, and decide to, go his separate way. And then all of a sudden, men ain't. But you know what? I know they ain't gonna listen to what I'm saying, because I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
Stop begging a man to treat you better. Go get a new man, because the one you're with right now is never going to change. I don't care how many women come into my comments. I have had male clients that have told me they will never change. They know that if they can get back in that woman's house, if they can get in that back in that woman's good graces, they're never going to change. Why the would they change? You allow them to run the streets. You allow them to run all over you. You allow them to disrespect you. Why would you ever think they would change? I watched Mother's Day videos yesterday of women begging for Mother's Day gifts from the child's father, begging to be respected and loved and supported. And these men are like, no, I don't. What more proof do you need to hightail it out of that house with your children. I know it isn't that easy, but if you create a plan, you can get the out before the summer hits, before June 22nd hits. You can get the out. Call 211, call your church, reach out to anybody that you have to help you get out of this relationship, because it's not getting better. And do not stay for the children, because the children want you to get the out too. I know I'm harsh, but I love you. I am sick and tired of women allowing themselves to be disrespected. I love you.
I just started seeing all these divorce trends where all of these very unhappy, most of them way overweight, out of shape people now get divorced and they're stunners, they're all hot. And I'm gonna tell you, y'all are hot. I give you 100% props. But my only question is this, and that's why I say don't come for me. Why, if you look like that right now, did you not look like that in your marriage? Do any of you think that maybe, just maybe, if you looked like that and took care of yourself like that in the first place, that maybe you wouldn't have had to get a divorce? Because y'all got together and loved each other at some point. I'm not saying obviously 100% that's not realistic, but just food for thought. I'm just curious. Does anybody else have that take of hey, if you would have just taken care of yourself during the marriage, you guys could have kept that spark alive? And again, I know that marriages fall apart for other reasons. And I know their postpartum depression is a thing. I'm well aware of it. I'm just curious because
you can't ask a man to lead and then fight him for the steering wheel every time he makes a turn and then blame him for missing the turn. She said she wanted a leader, a man who makes decisions, a man who takes charge and moves with confidence. So he did. He made the call. He chose the direction. And the moment it wasn't the direction she would have chose, she grabbed the wheel. Now he's driving with two hands, pulling in different directions. And somehow, when the car crashes, it's his fault. He's the one that can't lead. But how's a man supposed to steer when someone is yanking the wheel every 5 seconds? But before I go further, fellas, you can't ask for the wheel if you don't know where you're going. You can't demand trust if you haven't demonstrated you're trustworthy. A man who wants to lead has to earn the right to lead, not by announcing it. It's not just saying it, by proving it in the small decisions before the big ones come. Leadership requires trust. You can voice your concern. You can say, I think we should go left. That's partnership. But the moment you override every decision, question every move, and then blame him for the outcome, you didn't want a leader. You wanted a driver who follows your GPS. A man who leads will make wrong turns, but a man who's trusted to lead will correct the course. You can't do that if you won't let go of the wheel. Real partnership isn't one person driving and one person silent. It's one person steering and one person navigating. Both essential. Both respected. Let him lead. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when you do it differently, because a man who's trusted to drive will take you further than a man whose hands you never let touch the wheel.
Should a guy cash app his crush money to get their attention?
Absolutely.
Why?
It shows me that you're serious. Even if it's just $60 for breakfast, you're definitely gonna get my attention way faster and get me more interest.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No nigga should ever cash app a female anything. It's a disgrace. A dude that is gonna cash app a female money that didn't earn it, one, she wouldn't respect him because she didn't earn it. Two, he enters the customer frame. When he enters that customer frame, she could never look at you anything different but a customer. Maybe you could possibly get some puss. And what type of puss would it be? It wouldn't be genuine desire. It'd be some type puss, because you pretty much paid for it.
As women, we all want to complain about, oh my gosh, I'm told to respect my husband, but what if he doesn't deserve it? Whatever. But at the same time, what we don't want to acknowledge is that husbands are called to for their wives. And I promise you, you don't deserve to be for.
Yeah.
I don't. I certainly don't. And yet my husband is called to do that. And that is far more scary and far more permanent and far more terrifying than my calling to respect.
Yeah.
But we all want to say, oh, poor me, I have to respect my husband. And that's really hard. Girlfriend, he's called to so zip it.
Let me say this first and foremost. If there is a man or a woman, honestly, that's mistreating you, you probably shouldn't be there. But I would wish that, because, we make up these scenarios where the man is he's the bad guy. He's the boogeyman. He's a terrible person, right? He's the villain in this story. And we never truly talk about what's going on with the woman and the stuff that she might have contributed to the relationship. So the fact of the matter is we don't really care. We just want to believe that the man is a terrible person, and that's just about it. And, you know, I say that because, and it's important because she started listing off people that could help, right? So my problem with that, and I've talked to a few people, because they'll say, oh man, you know, these people need to be helping and doing this. It's their duty. What modern women do is they'll get themselves in a situation and they'll stay in that situation, right? They'll stay in that situation and people will be like, man, get out. Just don't stay there. And they'll continue, oh, you don't know this. And they'll talk a whole bunch of stuff until you're in dire straits, and it's going to take an act of God to get you out of that situation. And what they do when they're in that situation, because they wouldn't listen to what people told them, they go and they pull on resources of people that don't have it to give. We'll call this person, go here, call the church, this and that. What if these people don't have the resources or the wherewithal to not only get you out of there, but to support you? You might say, oh, I need this, and this. And somebody might be able to say, okay, yeah, I can give you a ride. Where do you need me to go? I can take you to the hospital, or I can take you to whatever shelter. Usually with women's shelters, you don't know the location, and that's for a reason. So you can't just pull up on a shelter like that, but you can probably drop them off somewhere. But I don't really have the funds to take care of you and the 3 kids. And that's what a lot of these ladies need, and that's what they're asking for. They've gotten themselves into something so serious that now it's going to take this person and this agency and that person and them over there to get you out of this situation. Y'all got to start listening to people. And once again, I want to say that is not excusing. Whoever did that to you, that ain't excusing them. If they were doing some stuff that they shouldn't have been doing, if they was engaged in criminal behavior, I don't know, stalking, putting his hands on you, trying to take advantage of you, whether, she my wife, I can do this to her. No, there's certain things you probably should not be doing because it's a crime. And even if it wasn't a crime, you don't need to be doing it because you're supposed to be a good person. So I'm not talking, I understand, get up out of that situation. But what I'm saying is, when people tell you about somebody, don't be like, oh, I'm too hot. I'm too this, I'm too that. I'm a bad bee and I can handle myself and and this and that. Get out when you're supposed to. When people tell you that. And like I said, also be accountable. So before we start blaming the man as the villain here, we need to take a closer look to see if this man is actually the villain. Because we can say, oh man, he didn't bring home my favorite yogurt, so he must be a terrible person. He didn't bring home my favorite yogurt, so he must be a terrible person. Get out of there. You know what I mean? That type of stupid stuff. That's what I'm talking